as well. He's definitely one of the favorites to win it. The man is insane when it comes to that game. If you've never had the opportunity to watch him play it, you really need to. And if you guys like to donate, we'll throw that information up in chat here real quick. We're actually about $3,000 towards our 3,800 goal in less than 24 hours. So you guys have been amazing. Thank you so much for the support, and let's keep it up and get these guys out to AGDQ. Let's look at some incentives coming up. You guys could actually put those donations towards. So a little later today, a couple hours from now, we have a Sim City run. And we're going to use the top 4 town names. In the lead, we have Hoishin at $20. We also have Nug City at $14.20. Shout-outs to our good friend McNuggies.
And shout-outs to McNuggies.
In third place, we have 420 with $5. We actually don't even have a 4th town, guys. For $5, you could name a town in SimCity right now. The other raging bid war we have going on is between Doggo and Suki for the name of Red 13. Doggo currently leads with $20. Suki is behind with 10, so please don't name him Doggo, guys. Come on. We're better than this. And it looks like we have DT up on the feed.
Yeah, do you need me to test mic on both? Since this is going to be a little weird because of the PS4 setup. I'm going to be talking mostly via the PS4. If you ever need to ask me anything, I'll swap over to Discord and unmute myself there to respond, so it lines up with that.
Yeah, that'd probably be good if you want to give a quick shout out on both mics, and we'll see if chat can hear you.
All right, so here's the first Discord, and then I'll swap over. Here's my test on PS4, so it lines up more properly with the actual game. Alright, I tested on both. If you need me to do any more, let me know. Alright.
Whenever you're ready, just give us the countdown.
Sure, and I'll also time it myself just in case because of the delay. So. Alright, I guess we'll get ready here. In 3, 2, 1, go. I accidentally got that in the wrong language. Alright, that's funny. This is supposed to be in English. I did not mean to change that. But anyway, this is Legend of K. The language, as far as I know, doesn't matter. You just won't get to hear the master say bombs over and over in a couple of levels. But in any case, what's great about this game is I can pretty much skip every single cutscene that is in the game. There's only 1 or 2 that I cannot. This is the anniversary edition of the Game Zone HD remake of a PS2 game under the same name. And the major differences really is just that there's a lot less lag. And I can skip through a lot of the loading screens almost instantaneously compared to what the PS2 version has to do. The first part of this area, there's not a whole lot going on. I just have to run through, do a couple of objectives. This is really funny to not have this in English. There is no Japanese option, unfortunately, otherwise I would have done that. So this cutscene right here is one difference between the PS2 version and Anniversary. I can skip that in the PS2, but not in the Anniversary edition. Alright, here's the first trick of the game.
Alright, I got it. That is really difficult to get first try. Holy cow. Basically, I have to jump right at the very, very edge, and then jump around the cliff on top of that rock. And if I don't jump far enough out, then I just slip off of the rock instantly, and I have to try again. So very happy that I got that first try. Alright, here I'm going to fight the Master. By doing what I did, I pretty much skipped this entire first area. It's a huge sequence break. Killing, or rather defeating the Master here will finish up this level. Messed up the fight a bit though. Still great in other languages. Alright, so here I'm gonna reset the game because I have to have a silver coin drop there. So, we need to get more bombs. Silver coin, alright. So let's see if I can do this correctly. I'm gonna get something called zombie state here. If I do it correctly. That should be far enough away. Good, okay. So right there, what happened is I killed myself, and in the middle of the death animation, I picked up an item that I had never picked up before. And every single item in this game that does, or it comes up with a new text box to say, oh hey, you've picked up this new item, and it interrupts the death animation, therefore making me have a state where I'm both dead and alive. The reason that's important is because of spots like this. Right there, I was able to clip out of bounds, and from that point, I can now just float straight on over to the loading zone and not have to do anything with this level. This is literally all I have to do. If you want to, because the next section doesn't have a whole lot going on with it, for a minute you could read a donation if we have it, or give us a plug.
Sure thing. This is quite the impressive gray void you have going on here, by the way.
Yeah, it's interesting, to say the least.
So to just quickly go down through some of the bid wars and naming what we have remaining. As I mentioned earlier, SimCity, we need to name the town. We need 4 names and we only have 3, so seriously, if anyone wants to name a town, now is the time to do it. Oracle of Ages file name is still open, and I believe we have no bids at all for that, so if you want to name Lincoln, Oracle of Ages, or LADX, all you. Final Fantasy VII, Cloud is between Asaram and McNuggy. McNuggy, an outstanding lead at $66, but Tifa, completely open, Barrett, completely open, Aerith, completely open. Red 13 is a bid war between Doggo at 20 and Suki at 10. Somebody please make it something other than Doggo. And finally, Sid is also unnamed currently. So there's some incentives you can put your donations towards.
All right. So, I did another out of bounds right there. I literally just had to jump towards that cliff, once again, just far enough out, and it just puts me through the wall, and I can just jump towards the loading zone. And that more or less is going to be what any percent of this game is like. There's a few levels like this one where I do have to go through the actual level. Because as far as I know, there's no place to actually find the loading zone for, or rather to get out of bounds for here. And even if there was, we'd have to find another item that we have not ever picked up in the game, because you can only pick up an item for a new text box a single time. And we already have most of those already used throughout the game. Alright, so here swimming is a little slow, so I'm going to stay out of the water as much as I can. I kind of have to swim here for a little while, but it's not too bad. I just don't want to start jumping too far back because it actually makes my swim bar go down and I would drown and have to start it over. Alright, here's going to be another bit of a sequence break. I'm going to jump around the trigger for that checkpoint there, so this dragon's just going to chill out there for the moment. If I just went straight forward, you know, it would have just triggered the cutscene to keep going, which is a little, you know, less time, or time lost on it. But instead we get to have a magic dragon who just teleports to the back. Okay, here has the hardest setup and the second hardest loading zone to hit in the game. Here I'm buying a Berserk Potion. Earlier I bought a Magic Potion. I actually won't use that until the very end of the game, and you'll see later. The Berserk Potion I'll be using here a lot sooner. Alright. Oh, I got the jump, but I didn't make it up. That's really interesting. I did the hard part, but not the easy part. Alright. So the first hard part is down. Let's see if I can get the second hard part. So jumping up there, obviously I'm not supposed to be up here. Ooh, okay, that was close. Alright, so behind me, as you can see in the back there, that's an arena. I'm supposed to be fighting this big boar boss, but I'm not going to do that. Instead, I'm going to come over here and hopefully hit this loading zone quickly. Oh, wow, okay, I'll take first try any day. That loading zone is really, really hard to get because I do not have zombie state. And so if I am out in the void too long, I just die and respawn back by the save point there. So getting that first try is really good. So right here I'm going to do something called tack hovering. I literally just have to attack. I don't have to do any other input. I just have to spam the attack button. And it puts me across the swamp. Normally, the swamp would kill me after jumping in it 3 times. Okay. But as you'll see right here, I actually am going to use this to my advantage. I'm going to take the damage there from that, so that I can actually get zombie state once again on this level. Alright, so here I'm going to come up to this chest. I'm going to drop a bomb, wait for a second, and then open the chest. And that gave me the Jade armor, which again, I have not picked up yet, so I now have zombie state with armor. I'm going to use that whirlpool a little bit to my advantage to get me forward a little further. Here I need to make sure that I am going to hug this wall up here so as to not hit that save point to my left, because if every single time you hit a save point, it refills your health, and I need to have zombie state for what's about to happen. Thankfully, we can skip this area of the game. Casually, this was by far, at least in my opinion, the worst part of this game, the frog area. The story of this game, you're Kay the cat, and you kind of go out on this quest to save the 4 kingdoms of the cats, rabbits, frogs, and pandas from this invasion of rats and gorillas. So the first reason that I need a zombie state is because of these hornets that are right here. If I was alive, they would attack me, which does me no good, because then I would fall back into the swamp. And the second part is because I'm going to once again go out of bounds and go to a loading zone here. So I'm just going to keep attack hovering. That angle that I had right there will put me into... not where I'm supposed to be going. That's interesting. That is a first. That put me too far to the right. Or to the left. Interesting. I've got to set that up again. Well, because I don't have zombie state, you know, it won't actually kill me on the swamp tiles. That's unfortunate, since that's the longest one of this, but oh, it's alright. We'll just try again. I remembered a little too. I can do something similar to what you would do in the N64 games. You can do S turning. Hold an S position, so you just have to like barely influence the direction on your joystick, and it'll go where you need to. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. Alright, now I'm out of bounds, just from the attack hovering. And I am gonna float kind of into the center of this black area of the minimap. So yeah, each time I go out of bounds here, I'm using the minimap to my advantage. So I don't necessarily have an exact reference for some of these loading zones because they're just kind of in the middle of nothing. So we'll see how long it takes there to get a few of them. Okay, here I'm gonna hope for a Berserk Potion drop. That is beautiful. That's fine, actually. I'll just have to farm something else later. I'd rather get that now. So, the reason getting a second Berserk Potion here is nice because I can now use a Berserk Potion for both parts of this fight. Normally I would only have one for the latter half, but if I happen to get a drop quickly, it saves a lot of time because I can kill him in 2 cycles on each phase rather than 4 cycles. So that's why I bought the 1 Berserk Potion earlier, so that I could at least get 1 cycle down to 2, and I would do it on this one first. Or excuse me, I would do it on the latter one because of that extra attack that he does. If I happen to get another Berserk Potion, that's really good. Here I'm intentionally taking that damage because I need to have my armor gone by the end of the next level. And that's interesting that he didn't die and missed a hit somewhere. Alright, hopefully these dragonflies don't bother me as I jump across. Okay, we're fine. Alright, so here's one part of the game that is a big aspect casually. There are what they call races in the game. This is the only one where I actually ride a dragon, and the only one I actually have to do an any %. Thank goodness. A lot of the races are a little annoying to get by on. And this is one of the better ones. This dragon also has the weirdest flight animation ever. I did keep a couple of hits of the armor for safety in this area. I just have to make sure I get hit twice now before the end of the flight because I need to get zombie spit in the next level. And if you want, because this is a little long, you could read another donation here. Or plug it in.
Sure thing. So we actually have a $5 donation from John Crapper, who would like the SimCity city name to be Thunder Bucket. $5 from John Crapper for Thunder Bucket. All right then.
Okay, so here I kind of have to rely on some luck. I have to get a bomb. Good, that's one, and I need to get an item that I haven't picked up before. So in this case, I'm probably going to need to get a flash bomb or a bottle of Hornets. And I'm going to have to reload until I get those. I accidentally got the text box for the Berserk Potion earlier. You can skip a text box by mashing block. Yeah, I need to have both of those spawn in order for me to actually continue. So we'll see how long this takes. Okay, that's one. Oh goodness. Luck, please. Okay, there's one. Now I need a regular bomb. I have to get that one last, though. Okay, there's a Berserk Potion. I need a regular bomb. Come on. Wow. Game, please. I legitimately cannot do anything about this. I actually have to grind for this until it happens. Okay, there's one. Need a regular bomb. Oh my gosh. This is the longest I've had this happen in quite a long time. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to take damage, and I'm going to hopefully do this correctly. Alright, we're in there. So here I'm just going to roll right in between that cart and the wall, and it'll push me out of bounds. Now that I've got zombie state, I can go to this loading zone, which is pretty far off the map, so hopefully I hit it quickly. Nice, alright. There's nothing to this level. It's a boss fight normally, but I'm not going to fight him. I'm just going to come up here. I'm going to drop the splash bomb because I don't need it, and I'm just going to jump out that way. Alright, here I'm going to take damage off of this sea urchin. Gonna come over here, and this is why I had to make sure I didn't pick up the bomb hitbox. I couldn't get zombie state off the bomb because I have to get it here. Because again, you can only get the text for an item once in the entire game. What's funnily enough, some of the items, like coins for example, they assume after some point that you've gotten that item, and at some point in the game they just no longer give it to you. So some of the items I need to get earlier on in the run strictly because of that. Alright, right here, I do need to make sure that I jump out of the water here, because while I did the attack cover, or rather I went underneath the water and underneath the wall, I am still technically in an attack animation according to the game, because I canceled that out by going into the water. And so, as of right now, if I had just fallen out of the water, it would have done a jump attack, which does not end until I hit ground, so I would have fallen indefinitely and had to reset the entire level. This loading zone takes a little while to get to, so please go ahead and give us a plug here if you'd like.
Sure thing, DT. So just to remind everybody, this is JRTA3. JRTA, of course, stands for Japanese Real-Time Attack. JRTA3 is a community-driven effort to get a couple of our friends, Japanese runners, out to AGDQ, which is a popular speedrunning a marathon at the beginning of the year, raising money for the Prevent Cancer Foundation. Currently, we're raising money to get our friends Suzuri Bako and Zizi Honki out to run their games at the marathon. We're at about $3,000 out of our $3,800 goal. This is all being done entirely thanks to the support of generous viewers like you. So thank you guys so much for that.
All right. So, I got Zombie State there off of that extra life. That's actually really difficult to do because I have to land on the very, very edge of that platform. Because if I'm any closer, then I'll pick up the item too soon, and I won't be able to get Zombie State off of it. This is the hardest setup for out of bounds loading zone in the game. I also forgot to start counting to see where I was at, because I have no other way of knowing where it's at other than I have an approximation of time that happens. So I just have to kind of work with that and hope that I get it. So hopefully I get it quickly. If I don't, I do have a safety save if I can't get it after a couple of minutes of trying this, just because of how long it takes to set up again. That's not correct, I can already tell you that. The PS2 version is a lot easier to find this on because for some reason they didn't add the compass to the minimap that they had on the PS2 version. That's also wrong, I can tell you that. And so they are able to use a compass to help guide them where they're supposed to, like, use the positioning of that. I found this on accident for the anniversary edition in hopes that I was going to find it on accident one day. So I finally did. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay, it's around here. But again, I have no way of exactly knowing where it's at. So, alright, I'm gonna have to set that up again. I'll try it a couple more times. If it doesn't work out, then, like I said, I'll just go to the safety save that I have just so that I don't waste too much time. Let's see. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Curses. It's around here. I know it is. But the loading zone is super small. All right, I'll give it one more go, and if I don't get it, then I will, I'll just load the save that's directly after this. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Curses. Wow. I'm surprised that I didn't get it at all. I must have just barely missed it each time, but alright, just for the sake of saving the time on it, I'll load the save that I've got here. Alright, so earlier on in the game, you saw that I picked up that magic potion from a shop. I'm finally going to actually use that here. get zombie state. The reason I picked that up earlier in the game was because of because of price. Prices increase at the shop every time you go, or rather not every time, on each level. So I buy it early on where it's cheap, and then just hold on to it the entire time. So the reason I get zombie state is because right now I'm supposed to be going through like 4 really large fights. I've already skipped one of them. I'm halfway through the second one. The third one happens right here. But because I'm dead, the game doesn't recognize that I'm actually here. So here I'm gonna roll into this area with the shop. I'm gonna go buy some more bombs. And then I'm gonna go and save, which refills my health. But because I went into the shop area, it preloaded the shop area. So that when I got my health back, it stuck me back inside of there, therefore putting me behind the barrier that I'm supposed to be stuck behind, that I'm, you know, therefore requiring me to fight everything. So for once, you'll actually get to see me play the game, you know, how it's supposed to be played. Just for a little while. Alright, so all that did was I just needed to solve that puzzle to open up the store that's over here. Alright, I'm going to come over here, and I'm going to activate a switch from this cat statue. Normally in this game, you'd activate a lot of those throughout it. You know, they're just various triggers for things that you have to do throughout it. That's the only one I'm actually going to activate. I would normally have to activate a couple more here to lower the parts of this cliff down. I only need to lower one down, and then I could just jump up the other ones anyway. Maybe. So, we're just not going to go and bother with the other ones. Because, why bother with that? Here I need to make sure I jump where there are no rocks at, because the platform will fall out underneath me. I'm gonna try and stay to the right on this. Okay, because of that boulder that's there, but I have to be careful of the bombs that the gorillas and the hot air balloons up above are throwing down at me. Okay, here I'm intentionally going to take damage once again, so I can get zombie state. I need to make sure that I do not save there, because again, it'll refill my health. So here I'm going to drop a bomb, delay a bit, and then open the chest. And that will give me the ruby armor. Now this, I will hopefully get quickly. So I kind of have to get lucky here as well. This glitch, or out of bounds rather, in the PS2 edition requires a lot of lag, but there is no lag here in this version, so I just kind of have to hope that it lets me through quickly. Hopefully it does. Come on. You can plug... Oh, I was gonna say, yeah, you can go ahead and plug if you need to. The next level still is a little long on it. So yeah, go ahead if you would like.
Sure thing, DT. We actually have a donation here from What Is This Thing, who's throwing me a rope and asked me to read this donation the next time there was a ridiculously long fall segment. How convenient. He wants the name for the Link's Awakening file to be Iwata, and he donated $5 for that, so thank you very much. Currently leading the file name is Iwata with $5. And keep in mind, when you want to donate for an incentive, make sure to check the incentive sheet real quick, because there are different name requirements and even language requirements for them. For example, Link's Awakening needs to completely be in hiragana or katakana.
Alright, so right here... Oh wow, I hit all 4 of them. I will gladly take that. Usually I only hit like 2. So I drop a bomb there in hopes that I hit all of them. And I'm glad that I did, but I need to be very careful when I'm here at the edge. Or if I get pushed off, then I have to start this fight over and then I have to buy a bomb later on, which wastes time. Okay. So that fight went a lot better than it has been in practice, so I'm okay with that. Oh, that's fine. As long as I'm still alive in the end. So here I'm just taking damage off of this lava fall. So that I can get rid of my armor, so I can once again get the zombie state. Whew, that was close. Alright. And since I died, I don't have to do it once more, so I'm going to drop the bomb, open the chest, and this key is going to give it to me. Keys are actually unique, so I can always, on any single key in the game, it'll always give me a text box. It's the only item in the game that does that, as far as I know. Alright, there I go out of bounds briefly to get around the door that I'm supposed to use the key on. And then jump back inbounds. I actually don't know where the loading zone is out of bounds, and I need to pick up an item here before that anyway. So I just used the previous key to unlock that door instead. And since I'm still in zombie state, I can just run through this area of bombs without any worry. Just run across the lava, you know, just a normal day. Mash triangle so that I can skip key text box. Alright. So here I'm similarly to what I did. I'm going to come over here, load the end of the game, or not the end of the game, the end of the level. Come and I'm going to grab this health potion and then get life, which will activate, you know, the loading zone because I'll actually be alive then. So here's the final area of the game. I'm supposed to fight Shun, who's the antagonist of this game. You never met him, you never will. Because I am going to once again get zombie state off of the health potion that I just picked up. And then as soon as I hit this loading zone, that will be time, so it'll be up here pretty soon. And I know because of the delay, the timer might be off a bit, so I do have my own timer up as well, just in case, to kind of help make that correct. Alright, so here I need to go to the right side of the yellow, and hopefully I hit this quickly. Nope. Come on, where are you? There we are, time.
Voilà, ça va sauter jusqu'au ciel. Vite, par ici.
Alright, great run, DT. Looks like by our time that was a 35-34. I'm not sure if that lines up with yours, though.
Close. I had a 35-20 according to what my splits were, so.
That probably accounts for the delay. Well, thanks for coming out and doing that run for us, guy. Samurai, ninja, cat, doesn't fight anything, just kind of zombie hovers through walls.
In any percent, at least, yeah. There's another category that a lot of the other runners will do called real level clears. Still plenty glitchy, I just haven't learned it yet, and that essentially goes out of bounds still, but you're required to like finish the level how it's intended. So like, I don't know, you get to see a lot more of it. Any percent, yeah, it's go out of bounds and win.
That's cool. Where can people find resources on this game if they're interested in maybe learning a category that doesn't fly through the void?
Right. You can just find it on speedrun.com, just looking for Legend of K. It is Legend of K, not the Legend of K, like a lot of people would usually think. So just find it on there, and we do have some resources on there, specifically like where loading zones are at. The community is not very big. I am the only non-European runner for this game. There's like 5 people that have run this game, and all of them are in Europe other than me. So anybody who wants to pick this up will make us very happy.
Sounds good. Well, thanks so much for coming out and doing the run. Sorry about the awkward tech setup.
No, it's okay.
Thank you for having me. You know, anything you want to say? Anything you want to give a shout out to real quick before we move on to our next game?
Just shout outs to more of the Legend of K community, Mash, Robbie, Adam, Cool VC, Aeon, everyone who's in there. Sorry if I forgot someone.
Awesome. Well, great run, man. Thanks for coming out.
Thanks.
All right, guys. So I think we might be taking the stream down for just a second here to swap out some restreamers. But we'll be right back up as soon as possible with Pinky doing a run of Deus Ex.